So this is virtual retail simulations. So what we've done is replace what you would ordinarily be doing in a live store, you can now do virtually. So what you're able to do then is come up with different concepts, different simulations, different iterations of ideas you want to put for in-store merchandising. So anything from planograms to displays to signage, being able to do all of that virtually without having to disrupt a store, without having to get somebody who would be willing to spend some time in a store, we can do things quicker, we can do it cheaper, and then you can be much smarter about some of the things that you want to do in store.
So what we've seen is we can put on the goggles as a designer and we can experiment with where we put the shelves, where we put an end cap, right? We can experiment with how many people can fit side by side in the corridor and realize this would be a very crowded, uncomfortable environment for people to pass while they decide what they want. One thing you couldn't do on paper, or one thing you couldn't even do with a mocked up model. You could go put shelves in and you could see how it looks. Now we can layer information on top, and we can show you if you put these two products next to each other based on their size, their color, and shape, and we add this third product next to it, our eyes will wander in a way that we don't predict, and we'll actually ignore one of those products.
When do you think that VR technology will break through on a broader scale in retail?
Well, so it depends if we're talking about the full use of headsets or just regular VR. So virtual right now is already in play. We're using it for planning, we're using it for collaboration, we're using it for ideation and activation. When we start talking about the headsets, once that becomes much more easy to find and low cost, I think what I heard is in 2 years there'll be about 40 million of these headsets in US households. Imagine how that's going to change research. Now I can have fully immersive research too. Right now everything we do is still basically on a browser. But as that becomes much more commonplace, virtual is going to implode both the online business as well as what you're doing in store.